I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
That I will be loyal to the profession of medicine.
That I will be loyal to the profession of medicine.
And just and generous.
50 years says that something that initially was thought of almost as an experiment pushed through by Edward Hebert has succeeded beyond anybody's wildest expectations. Look at what our graduates have done. Look at what they have offered to the war fight and to the public health service. All the kinds of things that medicine should be about and all too often isn't, our graduates have done. So this school has its place in history. The early days. Well, the university really started in a drugstore on Bradley Boulevard. We then moved into the Armed Forces Institute of Pathology, where, as the construction was going on here on the Bethesda campus, the first class started. And it was like most small programs, it was truly a family. The early days, of course, set the stage for what we have today, with the pride, with the camaraderie. To distinguish a USUS graduate from that of any other school's fairly easy. Obviously, it has to do with competence, with excellence, with caring, with a particular knowledge of the aspects of care related to military service. So it's public health oriented, it's trauma, it's all the things that the military does unique or slightly different from everybody else. But I think there's something else that differentiates them. It's a lack of arrogance. It's truly a commitment to service. And people say, well, gosh, the education's free. And I point out, not really. We have a lengthy commitment that we expect from USUS graduates, so they certainly pay back. But what this place offers really is an exposure to what I think is the best in medicine. Not worrying about, can the patient pay or not? Not worrying about, how do I code this so I make the most money, or worrying about reimbursement. You get to take care of patients and worry about patient care in some very uncomfortable places, but that gets back to that commitment to service. A standalone medical school is one thing, and obviously USUS started out pretty much with that, plus the graduate program. But now with the addition of the Graduate School of Nursing, the Postgraduate Dental School, the other degree-granting programs, I think what we've done is leverage the excellence of the medical school, and in turn, it builds on the excellence of the other programs. So it's a synergy. I was in love with the place then, I still am, for what it offers, and that is terrific education, a commitment to service, and it really is promoting those values and ideals that I think is so important to what USUS is and what it does.
First, please take a moment to silence all electronic devices for the duration of the ceremony. Second, all in the audience are asked to remove their hats during the national anthem and the prayers. Thank you. Please rise for the academic procession. placement of this mace on behalf of Acting University President William Roberts by Air Force Technical Sergeant Carlina Perkins, USU Service Member of the Year, opens the 43rd commencement of the Uniformed Services University. Today's ceremony recognizes years of study by our students and for all it represents the expression of our service to our nation at home and abroad in military and civilian life. Our students have dedicated themselves to learning to care for those in harm's way and to improve the human condition. We are here today to honor and reward them. We are also especially pleased to celebrate the university's golden anniversary this year. Founded in 1972, we are honoring 50 years of academic, research, and leadership excellence, represented in our procession today by several founding or very early members of our faculty and administration. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the University Brigade Color Guard and the national anthem by the President's own, the United States Marine Band, under the direction of Drum Major Gunnery Sergeant Monica A. Preston, United States Marine Corps. Please feel free in joining the singing of the national anthem. Present the colors! Retire the colors.
Rise. Over. Halt.
The chaplain for today's ceremony, Commander David Alexander, United States Navy, will deliver our invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to pray with me. O God, whose hands are healing hands and whose faithfulness never fails us, we ask that you bless these our graduating students as they leave our halls and step into the footsteps of the giants who came before them, those health professionals and every American generation who have placed themselves in harm's way so that others may live. Grant them the endurance of Navy surgeon Kerry Langhorne, who carried a wounded warrior on his back for 3/4 of a mile during the Battle of Veracruz with a bullet in his own leg. Grant them the audacity of Army dentist Ben Solomon, who gave his life behind a machine gun on Saipan to give his fellow soldiers time to escape an overrunning enemy assault. Grant them the selflessness of Air Force nurse Kevin Polk, who drew enemy fire upon himself while dragging a wounded airman to safety at Balad in Iraq. And grant them the ingenuity of public health flight surgeon Leslie Wood, whose innovations helped her change the face of air rescue over the unforgiving waters of the Arctic. Endurance, audacity, selflessness, and ingenuity, yes, grant our graduates these gifts and more. You have upheld them every day during their years at USU. Now we send them out into adversity of so many kinds. Uphold them always, O Lord. Uphold them always. Amen.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our Masters of Ceremony, Dr. Louis Pangaro, Professor of Medicine.
Please join me in thanking the University Brigade Color Guard and the United States Marine Band. Let us also thank our distinguished guests and staff of the Uniformed Services University for the continued support of this generation of healthcare providers and scholars. At this time, let us also pause for a moment of silence to honor the men and women of the military health system who have given their lives in the line of duty and in service to our country. Today's ceremony is a formal recognition of remarkable achievements. In addition to our graduates listed in the program, we will honor several students and faculty who have received awards for their significant contributions to medicine, nursing, dentistry, and graduate education. These individual awards are described in your program. Dr. William Roberts, Uniformed Services University Acting President, will introduce our commencement speaker.
Good morning. And please allow me to add my welcome to those already delivered. Honorable Cisneros, Ms. Mullen, Service Surgeons General, DHA Director or Representative, Joint Staff Surgeon, President Emeritus Rice, USU 50th Anniversary processional leaders, and longtime members and friends of the USU community. Today we honor Honorable Dressendorfer, Lieutenant General Retired Blank, and Doctors Anders and Howe, Dr. Thomas, deans, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, graduates. Each of you honors us with your presence today. A big thank you to the literally scores of uniformed and civilian members of the team who have contributed to this beautifully orchestrated symphony of celebration and recognition, which we all witness and in which we participate today, and our long-awaited return to the welcoming embrace of DAR Constitution Hall. And my most heartfelt gratitude to all members of the Superstar University community for your incredible innovation, constant flexibility, and total success meeting and exceeding mission during the unique and changing challenges presented by the pandemic over the past 27 months. You are absolutely the very best. It is now my great honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, the Honorable Gilbert R. Cisneros, Jr., Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. Mr. Cisneros is a California native and fellow Navy veteran. He enlisted after graduating from high school in 1989 and was later selected for the Broadened Opportunity for Officer Selection and Training Program. That's for those of us who remember the BOOST program, which led to his commissioning as a naval officer in 1994. He is a graduate of George Washington University, Regis University, and Brown University. Mr. Cisneros served on active duty for more than a decade, after which he went to work in the commercial industry. In 2010, with his wife Jackie, he started the Gilbert and Jackie Cisneros Foundation, giving students opportunities for success through scholarships and higher education programs. Mr. Cisneros also founded the Cisneros Hispanic Leadership Institute at his undergraduate alma mater, George Washington University, which not only provides scholarship for Latino students, but is also becoming a leading institute for policy issues that affect the Latino community. Mr. Cisneros was elected to Congress in 2018 as the representative for California District 39 in the U.S. House of Representatives. He served on both the House Armed Services and Veterans Affairs committees, championing issues like increased diversity in our military officer corps, mental health and suicide among service members and veterans. He helped introduce I Am the Vanessa Guillen Act to make sexual harassment a crime within the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and has been an advocate for military families on issues of housing, child abuse, and exceptional family members. He co-founded the Military Transition Assistance Pathway, the MTAP, caucus to support and advocate on behalf of military service members returning to civilian life. Mr. Cisneros was nominated by the President of the United States for his current position and took office in August of last year. He has received numerous awards for his military service, philanthropic work, and as a member of Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Gilbert R. Cisneros, Jr.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts, not only for that kind introduction, but for your outstanding contribution to the Department of Defense as acting USU president throughout this past year. I'm very honored to be here today to help the class of 2022 celebrate one of the most important milestones in your careers as new physicians, advanced practice nurses, dentists, scientists, educators, psychologists, and public health professionals. I am especially pleased to have been asked to speak this year. USU was founded 50 years ago. As we said, we're celebrating the 50-year anniversary, and it is now one of the nation's greatest treasures. Congratulations on your achievements and on graduating from this remarkable institution. Although I have had the great pleasure of visiting the USU campus and joining you at Fort Indiantown Gap for Operation Bushmaster, many of you may not know who I am, so I'm just going to take a moment to introduce myself. I was born in Southern California, and military service has been prominent in my family. Both my grandfathers served in World War II. My godfather was in Korea. My father and uncle served in Vietnam. I did join the Navy when I was 18 years old, right out of high school, and was very fortunate to meet a chief petty officer who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself yet. He suggested that I apply for this program, the Broadened Opportunity for Officer Selection and Training Program, or BOOST. And the BOOST was really designed to really help students from underserved communities and help them prepare academically for college. After successfully completing the BOOST program, I received a Navy ROTC scholarship and attended the George Washington University, becoming the first person in my family to ever graduate from college. And I'm forever grateful for the Navy for the opportunity that it provided me. All of my education, which includes my bachelor's, an MBA, and another master's degree in urban education policy, is because of my military service. I had the opportunity to travel the world, but most importantly, I learned how to interact with a diverse group of people, and I learned how to become a leader. When it was time for me to leave after a decade of service, I felt well prepared for any challenge that might arise. Later, a few years after leaving the service, my wife Jackie and I did establish the Gilbert and Jackie Cisneros Foundation to help students find a path to higher education with scholarships and college access programs. In 2015, we established the Cisneros Hispanic Leadership Institute at the George Washington University to be the model in higher education for mentorship, development, and academic research that elevates Latino voices. As Dr. Roberts mentioned, 3 years later, I ran for Congress and was elected to serve as the representative for the 39th District in California. In 2021, I was nominated by the President to be the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness, and I was confirmed in August of that year, and that is the position that I currently hold. My career path has been founded on service and giving back, and I hope making a difference in people's lives. As medical professionals, each of you embodies that same philosophy. service members and employees working within the federal sector, you serve our nation. You give back to our warfighters and their families who give so much to our country. You will make a difference in people's lives every day through your dedication and commitment to serve those who serve and protect our great nation. Each of you bring individual strengths and experience to a team working for a common purpose. Your diversity, whether it's your ethnicity or gender, your perspectives or thoughts, or whether you were an enlisted officer, prior service, or have no military background at all, whatever it may be, your contributions are critical to the future of our country. I want to mention diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility because it is deep, and I am so honored to serve as of Defense's Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer. One of the reasons I came to DoD was to improve diversity because I firmly believe we cannot recruit and retain the best and brightest without a diverse and inclusive force. Diverse representation across our military ranks supports creative problem solving and decision making, making all of us stronger. It also reflects our values as a democratic society, which will improve public perception and trust in our armed services. Simply put, a diverse military helps us be the most intelligent, capable, and effective fighting force we can be. With the Secretary of Defense prioritizing a focus on diversity and inclusion, we have a clear mandate to make a change. Across PNR, we are advancing policies and initiatives to promote a culture that represents our core military values of dignity and respect, a climate of inclusion, and enhance opportunity for all to support the vast diversity of our nation. It is imperative that the Department of Defense focus its efforts on emerging talent to ensure that we successfully attract, recruit, develop, and retain a highly skilled total force capable of meeting current and future mission requirements. You are that next generation of talent. Each of you has made it to this point through your hard work, determination, dedication, and sacrifices. You have made it with the support of family, friends, faculty, and staff. Some of you have also overcome significant adversity to reach the milestones in your life. Air Force Major Adriana Vargas Gimignano, one of today's nurse anesthesia program graduates, has traveled a very long road to get here. With her permission, I'd like to share her journey with you. Adriana grew up in Mexico when she was 8 years old. Her mother was sentenced to 30 years in jail for a crime she didn't commit, and later she was later cleared for it. Her father was abusive and abandoned the family. Adriana was suddenly homeless. She had nowhere to go. So every day she would go to school, and then after school she would go to the jail, which became her new home, and where she lived with her mother for more than a year in one of tiny 4 cells. At the end of the year, Adriana's mother was transferred to the state prison, which was further away. And Adriana stayed with a number of families, but she would spend several months during the summer living with her mother at the prison. Throughout all of this, Adriana remained in school. She was determined to succeed. She felt it was her duty to take care of her mother, and in fact, it was a promise that she made. She believed the best way to honor that promise was to pursue her education to make a better life for herself. Adriana eventually left Mexico with the help of her brother and moved to the United States. She was unable to speak English, but she was driven to continue her education. She earned an associate's degree at a community college in California, followed by a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of California, Riverside. Adriana always wanted to work in the healthcare field, and she learned about an accelerated nursing program at Cal State University, San Marcos. And so she enrolled in that. After graduating, she joined the Air Force and served 8 years before applying to the USU nurse anesthesia program. That young 8-year-old's determination in the face of significant adversity and her drive to succeed paid off. In just a few minutes, we will congratulate Dr. Adriana Vargas Gimignano for realizing her dreams and keeping her promise to her mother, Zita Gimignano, who I am very pleased to say is with us here today. So please join me in a round of applause for these two incredible women, as well as for the steadfast support of the many facility staff members, family, and friends who helped each of you along their journey. Like Adriana, education changed my life. It gave me opportunities I didn't know were out there. And in turn, I have worked to ensure that others have that same type of avenue to succeed. The more knowledge a person gains, the more opportunities will open up to allow those individuals to achieve better possibilities in career and personal growth. It cultivates an aspiration to excellence. At USU, the Enlisted to Medical Degree Preparatory Program and the College of Allied Health Sciences are two excellent examples of programs intended to foster outstanding motivated soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, pursuing their goals of becoming healthcare providers to our deserving military service members and their beneficiaries. This two-year EMDP2 provides enlisted service members, regardless of their career background, with a pathway to become a military physician. There are several EMDP2 program graduates with us here today, including Air Force Second Lieutenant Emily Stepp and Navy Ensign Hanyu Liu. Prior to acceptance in the EMDP2 program, Second Lieutenant Stepp was an enlisted financial technician, and Ensign Liu was an enlisted hospital corpsman. Today, these two service members will be among the 160 of medicine school graduates receiving their MD degrees. These young officers, who have always wanted to contribute to providing health care to their fellow mankind, are able to pursue that goal thanks to this program. USU's College of Allied Health Sciences allows service members to apply their training as well as previously completed coursework towards a recognized accredited degree, which helps open doors to successful, fulfilling career in the military and beyond. Army Sergeant Friesha Eccles was the College of Allied Health Sciences' first graduate in 2017, earning an Associate of Science degree in Health Sciences. Receipt of that degree helped Sergeant Eccles go on to become a medical laboratory program instructor, then blood banking course director, a medical lab NCOIC, and now at the 65th Medical Brigade in Korea, she is the victim advocate for the Sexual Harassment, Assault Response and Prevention Program, educating the command about one of the Secretary's top priorities across the departments. One of my favorite quotes is by baseball legend Jackie Robinson. He said, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." Certainly, Second Lieutenant Stepp and Ensign Liu and Sergeant Eccles will each have a great impact on those who they will cross throughout their course of their careers as providers, advocates, and leaders. The impact that each of you will have on your patients, on the beneficiaries of your research, or your instruction will leave the world a better place because of what you have accomplished. You are a generation of innovators and brilliant minds who can see beyond what is to what could be. Over the past 2 years, USU has been a critical component of the DoD's COVID response. You have led in scientific research in the development of clinical practice management guidelines and in the design or evaluation of products to assist the care of seriously ill COVID-19 patients. As second-year medical students in 2020, graduating U.S. Public Health Service ensigns Abigail Hawkins and Alan Turchette were both called upon to assist the Chief Medical Officer of the Indian Health Service with the COVID response in the U.S. Native American population during the pandemic. Another of your fellow graduates, Army Second Lieutenant Joseph Kruvda, was part of the multidisciplinary team of inventors who developed and tested an airway management device that received emergency use authorized design to help the critically ill in the height of the pandemic. Another graduate, Army First Lieutenant Ethan Green, was among a team of researchers seeking to identify potential vaccine candidates for COVID-19. It is precisely this type of scientific innovation that will help us maintain preeminence in research and development to ensure the readiness of our warfighters. The primary reason for what you do and I do every day. Your continued work in mental health, particularly suicide, PTSD, and deployment stress is also critical to the readiness of our troops and to the overall health of our nation. It is vital that we take care of our entire team and that we continue to ensure that mental health and suicide prevention remain a top priority. I'm encouraged that a number of you here today have chosen to pursue careers as psychologists, mental health nurse practitioners, and psychiatrists. Suicide rates among our service members are still too high. Treating mental health is not just as important as treating physical injuries. Every death by suicide is a tragedy, and there is no quick fix and no one-size-fits-all approach, so we are looking at every avenue. We are taking a comprehensive public health approach to suicide. This includes explaining telehealth, combating stigma, and getting mental health providers embedded at the unit level. We've implemented a year-long suicide prevention communications campaign to connect people with resources. We are also working on a policy to make clear what mental health information is releasable to commanders. By setting a clear standard, more patients will seek mental health care for routine indications, safe in the knowledge that notification will only occur in specific situations. We're also standing up a new Independent Suicide Prevention and Response Review Committee, or SPRC as we call it. This committee will review our suicide prevention and response programs and issue a report with the recommendations to the Secretary by the end of the year. As I mentioned earlier, I was fortunate enough to attend the Bushmaster exercise last year, and I was deeply moved by the preparation taken, the uniqueness of the training, and by the emphasis on readiness that each of you displayed. I was impressed by your focus on interdisciplinary education, taking on leadership roles, and working in teams as you would on the battlefield. In hospitals, healthcare professionals can more easily make plans to deal with injuries because of the medicine and equipment which are on hand. Out there in the field, in austere conditions and under challenging situations, innovative thinking and your knowledge that you've gained to adapt. As it is at USU, everything we do in personnel and readiness is foundational to the department's overall strategic readiness to ensure we have a ready force that can answer the call, both now and in the future. We've undertaken a DoD-wide effort to pursue a strategic readiness framework and help us tackle priorities like climate, cyber, deploy to dwell, and the use of advanced analytics. Looking ahead, we will codify the strategic readiness effort into the first ever strategic readiness DoD to provide an objective assessment of readiness, risk, and trade-offs. And while we are doing this, and why are we doing this? To support the Secretary to defend the nation, we must have a ready force. And we will do this by looking at readiness through a strategic lens and also building partnerships and taking care of people, whether it's our military members, their families, our DoD civilians, or our contractors. All of these things today are our total force. And by focusing on our priorities, we can really protect the nation we serve. Once again, congratulations to the graduates on your outstanding accomplishments. Thank you for everything you do to support the department's mission, our service members, and their families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Cisneros, for your inspiring thoughts and relevant message. And also thank you for your lifetime of service and your support to the Uniformed Services University. On behalf of the university, faculty, staff, and students, I'm delighted to present you with a token of our appreciation for your leadership, for your wisdom, your vision, and continued support of our shared missions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Would you like to take it back to your seat, or you're welcome to leave it? Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Dr. Romano, Dean of the Daniel K. Inouye Graduate School of Nursing, will now join me to present the honorary degree. Thank you, Dean Romano.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rear Admiral Susan Ortega has been chosen to receive an honorary degree. Dr. Roberts will present the Doctor of Science honoris causa to Rear Admiral Ortega. Rear Admiral Susan Ortega has had a profound impact on nursing healthcare and has made many national and international contributions to the health of our nation and the world. As you continue to elevate the profile of the university. Rear Admiral Ortega graduated from USU's Daniel K. Inouye Graduate School of Nursing in 2001. She is advisor to the Assistant Secretary of Health at HHS and to the Surgeon General of the United States. She previously served as the director of the 6,100 officer U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps, where she was responsible for overseeing personnel, operations, readiness, deployment, and policies pertaining to the Corps. As former Chief Nurse Officer of the U.S. Public Health Service, she advised the Surgeon General on recruitment, deployment, and career development for nursing, while leading more than 4,500 uniformed PHS service and Health and Human Service Department nurses. In 2021, she was appointed by President Biden to serve as Acting Surgeon General of the United States while awaiting confirmation of Vice Admiral Murthy's appointment. In 2015, she was appointed to the NIH Ebola Trial Operations Team, responsible for ensuring that the first Ebola human vaccine and treatment trials in Liberia and Sierra Leone were successfully implemented at a time when Ebola transmission rates were catastrophic. Recently, she led the Commissioned Corps personnel in a historic deployment of officers in support of COVID-19. A nurse practitioner, Rear Admiral Orcega, was the first GSN graduate to reach the rank of flag or general officer. She has been recognized by her peers with induction as a Fellow of the American Academy of Nurse Practitioners and a Fellow of the American Academy of Nursing. Rear Admiral Orcega epitomizes excellence in public service and commitment to improving the health of our nation. Rear Admiral Orcega, would you please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in the university by the Congress of the United States, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Thank you, Admiral Orcega, for all of your contributions to the Uniformed Services University and to our nation. The Board of Regents, go ahead here.
Dr. Roberts will now present the Board of Regents Award.
Now it's my turn. The Board of Regents Award is the highest honor the university can bestow on a graduating student. Outstanding students were nominated from the F. Edward Hebert School of Medicine and the Daniel K. Inouye Graduate School of Nursing and the Postgraduate Dental College.
At this time, the Honorable Cisneros and Ms. Mullen will come forward to join Dr. Roberts to congratulate the outstanding medical and graduate students from the School of Medicine and the Graduate School of Nursing. Second Lieutenant Cooper Barber, please come forward. Ms. Megan Byrne, please come forward. Major Christy Ann Mitchell, please come forward. In addition, Major Joshua Akers of the Postgraduate Dental College received the Patrick D. Scully DDS Board of Regents Award yesterday in a ceremony held on campus. It is now my privilege to invite Dr. Carol Romano, Dean of the Daniel K. Inouye Graduate School of Nursing, to the podium to announce the Graduate School of Nursing Student and Faculty Awards and to present the Graduate School of Nursing candidates for degrees.
The Esprit de Corps Award recipient is selected annually by the members of the graduating class to recognize one of their own. The individual selected is listed in your program. By tradition, it remains a secret until this time. The award is presented by Colonel Angela Simmons, the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs.
Major Mark Sinnen, congratulations.
The following Daniel K. Inouye Graduate School of Nursing faculty members have distinguished themselves by personal example, professional knowledge, and genuine care and concern for each of their students. The award recipients were selected by the nursing graduates held on campus earlier. Names are called. Please recognize the awardees. The Outstanding Advanced Practice Registered Nurse Uniform Faculty Award is given to Lieutenant Colonel Natasha Best. Lieutenant Colonel Best, please rise to be recognized. The Outstanding Advanced Practice Registered Nurse Civilian Faculty Award is given to Dr. Johanna Bajani Gabera. Dr. Bajani, please rise to be recognized. President Roberts, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate School of Nursing, I present the following candidates for the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice. Candidates, please rise.
Authority vested in the university by the Congress of the United States, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you of nursing practice with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Welcome to your huge new responsibilities in healthcare, and congratulations. Please come forward.
Colonel Angela Simmons will read the graduates' names. Please note that there are graduates listed in your program who are not able to participate in today's ceremony.
The following graduates are receiving the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice as Adult Gerontology Clinical Nurse Specialist. Dr. Richard Anderson. Dr. Christy Ann Mitchell. Dr. Mia Kim. Dr. Jesse Rivera Rosario. The following graduates are receiving the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice as family nurse practitioners. Dr. Savannah Bowers. No, right there. Dr. Nicole Case. Dr. Mark Sinnen. Dr. Andrew Christensen. Dr. James Fight. Dr. Ramesh Gautam. Dr. Stephanie Hayes. Dr. Lori Kite. Dr. Jacob Areno. Dr. Daniel Tesh. And Dr. Jonathan Vernick. The following graduates are receiving the degree and are dual certified Doctor of Nursing Practice as family nurse practitioners and women's health nurse practitioners. Dr. Samara Wrightson. Dr. Christina Elrod. Dr. Tawana Haddon. Dr. Taisha Maston. Dr. Heather Nelson. Dr. Ebony Peterman. Dr. Patricia Marrero. Dr. Nathan Stevenson. Dr. Sarah Tuperin. Dr. Costella Turner. Dr. Lisa Umpa. Dr. Catherine Watley. And Dr. Jennifer Williamson. The following graduates are receiving the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice as Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioners. Dr. Melissa Anderson. Dr. Amanda Canada. Dr. Amanda Coe. Dr. Austin Feltman. Dr. Edward Gitiora. Dr. Carla Graham. Dr. Matilda McAda. Dr. Letitia Smith. Dr. Nicole Morris. Dr. John Wilbur, Jr. Dr. Vesper Wilson. The following graduates are receiving the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice as Registered Nurse Anesthetist. Dr. Mark Anderson. Dr. Jason Benchick. Dr. Joshua Boyle. Dr. Andre Brown. Dr. Daniel Kama. Dr. Edson Charles. Dr. Michael Davidson. Dr. Joseph Demericut. Dr. Sarah Ferris. Jason Frias. Dr. Crystal Harps. Dr. Alex Jung. Dr. Aria Klein. Dr. Lonnie Kulo. Dr. Patrick Maddox. Celebrating from home today, Dr. A. Montague. Dr. Jeffrey Nunez. Oakman. Dr. Elsbeth Phillips Rodriguez. Dr. Eric Sanchez. Dr. Christopher Shalver. Dr. Sasha Smith. Dr. Megan Snyder. Dr. Jeremy Swanson. Dr. Matthew Thompson. Dr. Adriana Vargas Jimeniano. Dr. Thomas Beaton.
of the Graduate School of Nursing, I present the following candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing Science. Candidates, please rise.
Thank you, Dean Romano. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the university by the Congress of the United States, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Welcome to this most honored company of scholars. Please come forward.
The following graduates are receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing Science. Dr. Tanisha Curry. Dr. Tony Torres. Dr. Melissa Trancoso. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Romano. It is my pleasure now to introduce Dr. Saibal Day, Associate Dean for Graduate Education of the Hebert School of Medicine.
The School of Medicine graduate programs in biomedical sciences and public health is pleased to announce the Outstanding Biomedical Graduate Educator Award. The recipient of this year's award is Dr. Andrew Snow of the Department of Pharmacology and Molecular Therapeutics. Dr. Snow, please rise to be recognized.
Dean Day will present the graduates of the graduate programs in biomedical sciences. He's joined by Dr. Eric Elster, Dean of the School of Medicine, who will present the diplomas. Please note that there are graduates listed in your program today who are not able to participate and who will graduate later this year.
On behalf of the faculty of the graduate programs and the Dean of School of Medicine, I present the following candidates for the master's degree from the USU School of Medicine graduate program. Specifically, I present candidates for the Master of Health Professions Education, Master of Science in Public Health. Will the master's candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in the university by the Congress of the United States, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you this master's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Welcome to this distinguished company of scholars. Please come forward.
The following graduates are receiving the degree Master of Health Professions Education. Commander Francesca Maria Cimino. Lieutenant Ashley Sarah Hafer. Major Joseph Matthew Machuba. Lieutenant Colonel Rachel Robbins. Colonel Ashley Marie Moranich. The following graduates are receiving the degree Master of Science.
Bravo.
First Lieutenant Ethan C.J. Green. Mr. Scott Daniel Schaefer. The following graduate is receiving the degree Master of Science in Public Health. Lieutenant Commander Miguel Antonio Maldonado. Lieutenant Colonel Maldonado is the university's first ever U.S. Coast Guard graduate. We are pleased to join in the audience today by Rear Admiral Dana Thomas, the Coast Guard's Director of Health, Safety, and Work Life. President Roberts, on behalf of the faculty of the graduate programs and the Dean of School of Medicine, I present the following candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Candidates, please rise.
The university by the Congress of the United States, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Welcome to this honorable company of scholars. Please come forward.
The following graduates are receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy. A degree from the Center for Health Professions Education is awarded to Dr. Catherine Takas Whitcomb. Degrees from the Department of Medical and Clinical Psychology are awarded to Dr. Megan Elizabeth Byrne. Dr. Sarah Lime Russell. A degree from the program in emerging infectious diseases is awarded to Dr. Mary Rose Brockett. In addition, a Doctor of Philosophy degree in emerging infectious diseases will be awarded to Dr. Trung Viet Ho in just a few minutes when he will be awarded the Doctor of Medicine degree. Degrees from the program in molecular and cell biology are awarded to Dr. Salman Izaju.
Hooters come forward here. Hooters should be here.
Dr. Easy Diana Owen. Dr. Kelsey Maria Sheard. In addition, a Doctor of Philosophy degree in molecular cell biology will be awarded to Dr. Zachary Genepo in just a few minutes, when he will be awarded the Doctor of Medicine degree. Degrees from the program in neuroscience are awarded to Dr. Kathleen Ann Guzek Hatch. Dr. Aileen Hunshaw Hinton McNamara. Dr. Michael Christopher Shaunis.
Thank you, Dean Day. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Dean Elster will announce the School of Medicine's Student and Faculty Awards and present the candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree. Descriptions of these awards are in your program.
The Esprit de Corps Award recipient is selected annually by members of the graduating class to recognize one of their own. This individual selected is not listed in your program because by tradition it remains a secret until this moment. The award will be presented by Colonel Pamela Williams, Associate Dean for Student Affairs.
Second Lieutenant Amber Evans, please come forward.
The following School of Medicine faculty members have distinguished themselves by personal example, professional knowledge, and deep care and concern for their students. These awards were presented at the award ceremony held on campus last week. The Carol J. Johns Medal is the highest honor the faculty can bestow on a colleague. The 2022 Carol J. Johns Medal was awarded to Dr. Christopher Broder, Professor and Chair of the Department of Microbiology and Immunology. Dr. Broder was unable to be with here today to be recognized. The medical graduates have selected the recipient of the Outstanding Uniform Faculty William P. Clemens Jr. Award, Major Laura Tilley, Assistant Professor, Department of Military and Emergency Medicine. Major Tilley, please rise to be recognized. The medical graduates have selected the recipient of the Outstanding Civilian Educator Award, Dr. Gwynnifer Granite, Associate Professor in the Department of Surgery. Dr. Granite was unable to be here today to be recognized. Dr. Roberts, on behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine. Candidates, please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested in the university by the Congress of the United States, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Medicine, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Welcome to this ancient and honorable profession.
Ladies and gentlemen, the oath of Hippocrates will be administered by the Associate Dean for Student Affairs, Colonel Pamela Williams.
I invite all physicians present and on stage and the audience to stand and join the medical school graduates in reciting the Hippocratic Oath. Members of the class of 2022, you swore the oath of Hippocrates as you entered this medical school. It has guided your conduct as students of medicine. So physicians and graduates, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will be loyal to the profession of medicine and just and generous to its members, that I will lead my life and practice my art in uprightness and honor, that into whatsoever home I shall enter, it shall be for the good of the sick and the well, and to the utmost of my power, and that I will hold myself aloof from wrong, and from corruption and from tempting of others to vice, that I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and the prevention of disease. And I will give no drugs and perform no operations for a criminal purpose, nor suggest such a thing. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of any person which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep secret. All these things I do promise, and in proportion as I am faithful to this oath, may happiness and good repute be ever mine. The opposite if I shall be forsworn. Please be seated. The graduating class has selected Major Laura Tilley, Assistant Professor within the Department of Military and Emergency Medicine, to read their names for this ceremony.
Dr. Maria Chelify Alexander. Dr. Elizabeth Ivy Anderson. Dr. Irvin Anias. Our next graduate is the recipient of the Board of Regents Award, Dr. Cooper Matthew Barber. Dr. Caitlin Elizabeth Barningham. Claire Bartle. Dr. Brian Hall Bauer. Dr. Alexis Maikea Kavihilani Bermudez. Dr. J.D. Bargov. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate is his father, Dr. J. Todd Bischoff, Lieutenant Colonel, retired United States Air Force, class of 1991, Dr. Tanner J. Bischoff. Our next graduate is also the recipient of the AMSIS Society of Federal Health Professionals Award, Dr. Alon Breslau Reichap. During today's ceremony, we will recognize 4 Surgeon General's Awards. The USU faculty selected these students in recognition of their outstanding academic performance and the exemplary manner in which they demonstrate a commitment towards enhancing the goals of the uniformed service they represent. Our next graduate is the recipient of the United States Air Force Surgeon General's Award, Dr. Hannah Maxine Brink. Dr. Mia Annette Carrasco. Joining in the hood of our next graduate is his spouse, Lieutenant Michelle Charlton, United States Navy Medical Corps, USU class of 2021, Dr. Lance Scott Charlton. Dr. Nicholas Cho. Dr. Caleb Youngwon Choi. Dr. Thomas Jae-sung Choi. Dr. Palora Antonia Cobb. Dr. Brittany Helen Cook. Dr. John Walter Cook. Dr. Evan Andrew Crockett. Dr. Elena Maria Luis Crouch. Dr. Hunter Avery Culp. Dr. Melanie Marie Kuzi. Our next graduate is celebrating with us from his home, Dr. David Danielson. Dr. Jacob Matthew Deem. Dr. Abigail Grace Downey. Dr. Kevin Michael Duffin. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate is his father, Dr. Daniel Michael Duffy, United States Air Force retired, class of 1985, Dr. Colin Warren Duffy. Our next graduate is one of the 3 recipients of the Vice Admiral James A. Zimble Valedictorian Award, given annually to the School of Medicine students who have achieved the highest level of academic performance over 4 years. Dr. Alex Ryan Dunaway. Dr. Allison Kayla Duncan. Dr. Logan Riley Dane Eckhart. Dr. Arne Holger Eliasson. Dr. Joshua Michael Engel. Dr. Melissa Jordan Engel. Dr. Malcolm Tyrone Engelbrecht. Dr. Bianca Nicole Eubanks. Dr. Amber Daniel Evans. Our next graduate is the recipient of the United States Army Surgeon General's Award, Dr. Gabrielle Marie Falco. Dr. Erin Michelle Fink. Dr. Sarah Jean Fitzpatrick. Dr. Rachel Lynn Flint. Dr. Thomas Fox. Dr. Patrick Jacob Gallucci. Dr. Audra Grace Garrigan. Dr. Evelyn Ione George. Dr. Spencer Blair Glancy. Dr. Loxley Godshall Bennett. Dr. Jonathan Frank Gonzalez. Dr. Colin O'Brien Grawl. Dr. Grace Woe. Dr. Joshua Anthony Hansen. Dr. Mitchell Edward Harrison. Our next graduate is the recipient of the United States Public Health Surgeon General's Award. She is celebrating with us from her home, Dr. Abigail Rose Hawkins. Dr. Tyler Troy Helton. Our next graduate has also received a PhD from the Emerging Infectious Disease Graduate Program. Joining in his hooding is his dissertation mentor, Dr. Brian Schaefer. Dr. Trung Ho. Dr. Allison Marie Hoffer. Dr. Eric Hunsaker. Dr. Christian Joseph E. Dr. Thomas Dresser Irons. Our next graduate has also received a PhD from the Molecular and Cell Biology Graduate Program, Dr. Zachary Janetpour. Dr. Rahul J. Krishnan. Dr. Theodore Roman Johnson. Dr. Marilyn Jones. Dr. Thomas Michael Kane. Dr. Nicole Marie Kearns. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate is her father, Dr. Kent E. Kester, Colonel, retired United States Army, USU Professor of Medicine, Dr. Rachel Mary Kester. Dr. Brandon Raed Corey. Dr. William Kiso. Dr. Jiwon Kim. Dr. Derek Maurice Knox. Dr. Austin Michael Colby. Dr. Caleb Kremsreiter. Dr. Patsy Francis Kremsreiter. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate is his father, Dr. Stephen Krivda, Colonel, retired United States Army, class of 1989, Dr. Joseph Stephen Krivda. Dr. Nicholas Adam Krupa. Our next graduate is the second recipient of the Vice Admiral James A. Zimble Valedictorian Award, Dr. Molly Rose Kunzler. Dr. Louis Christopher Kurtz. Joining in the hooding of our graduate is his father, Dr. Jeffrey A. Lawson Sr., Colonel, retired United States Army, class of James Lawson. Dr. Andrea Leff. Dr. Allison Patricia Lair. Dr. Olivia Janice Leong. Dr. Connor John Liggett. Dr. Jessica Lilly. Dr. Haley Danae Lindsay. Dr. Hanyuan Liu. Dr. Austin Gray McDonald. Dr. Manisha Fahim Malek. Dr. Alexander Peter Todd Manjurian. Dr. Philip Joseph Markey. Dr. Joseph George Murato. Dr. Leanne Margarita Marquez. Dr. Justin Robert. Dr. Natalie Suzanne May. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate are his parents, Dr. Paula Vogel, Colonel, retired United States Army, and Dr. Scott McLean, United States Army, both members of the class of 1986. Dr. Theodore James McLean. Dr. Nicholas Joseph McNiff. Dr. Eli Medvesic. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Meyer. Dr. Henry Malgarejo. Dr. Arthur Joseph Mestis. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate are her sisters, Lieutenant Colonel Nicole Vitor, Medical Corps, United States Army, class of 2010, and Captain Natalie Husa, Medical Corps, United States Army, class of 2018, Dr. Michelle Elena Miller. Dr. Claudia Lizette Mondragon. Dr. Yonatan Moray. Dr. Ariana Rosalia Moreno. Dr. Destiny Ariana Morris. Joining in the hooding of our next is her father, Dr. Stephen Morrow, Captain retired United States Navy, class of 1985. Dr. Brianne Whitney Morrow. Dr. Gregory Thomas Murtha. Dr. Nirazan Nepal. Dr. Paige Louise Oates. Dr. Rachel Fisher Lees Odermatt. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate is his wife, Captain Katie Del, United States Army, class of 2020, Dr. Kyler Christian Michael Osborne. Dr. Ashley Michelle Otto. Dr. Diana Odelich. Dr. Adam Padilla. Dr. Jennifer Pakizer. Dr. James Wallace Perry. Dr. Madison Barbara Paraboy. Joining the hooding of our next graduate is her spouse, Medical Corps, United States Navy, class of 2001, Dr. Emily Mary Peters. Our next graduate is celebrating with Dr. Sydney Peters. Dr. Bradley Pierce. Dr. Brianna Marie Pompahogan. Dr. Krista Elizabeth Artrip Prost. Dr. Josephine Ursula Pucci. Dr. Drew Alexander Raboy. Michael Robert Ramirez. Dr. Valentina Ramirez. Dr. Haley Bess Randage. Dr. Tyler James Reed. Dr. Haley Brooke Renault. Dr. Elizabeth Marie Reynolds. Dr. Elizabeth Louise Rich. Dr. Karen Mary Richardson. Dr. Zachary Rigba. Dr. Luke Rhines. Dr. Ian James Robertson. Dr. Zach Leon Rogers. Dr. Elena Christine Roth. Dr. Christopher Michael Russo. Joining in the hooding of our next graduate is his father, Dr. Thomas Skirmerhorn, Commander, retired United States Navy, class of 1989, and his sister, Lieutenant Sophia Skirmerhorn, Medical Corps, United States Navy, class of 2019, Dr. Jance Thomas Skirmerhorn. Dr. Benjamin Lewis Scott. Dr. Carissa Nicole Seeley. Our next graduate is the recipient of the United States Navy Surgeon General's Award, Dr. Carolina Astrid Dorothea Sirhan. Dr. Harpreet Singh. Dr. Hillary Ann Soa. Dr. Molly Lynn Zalens. Dr. Michael Paul Stanley. Dr. Emily Lynn Stepp. Dr. Ryan Allen Stevens. Dr. Alan Joseph Turchek. Dr. Jeffrey Ryan Walker. Dr. Robert Daniel Weber. Dr. Catherine Myung McManus Whitehouse. Dr. Shelby Ann Wilcox. Dr. Sean Relant Williams II. Dr. Jonah Sidney Winnicor. Dr. Shudi L. Wu. Dr. Braylon Josephine Wyatt. Our next graduate is the last recipient of the Vice Admiral James A. Zimble Valedictorian Award for the class of 2022, Dr. Alex Yang. Dr. Annette Haegyong Yoon.
As the last student crosses the stage, The Uniformed Services University has graduated 11,475 health professionals to join the Uniformed Services medical departments. USU alumni practice around the world. The physicians and advanced practice nurses stand in the gap, assuring the health and readiness of the nation's armed forces in battalions, fleets, and wings, as well as in joint troop clinics and hospitals. They deploy with their military colleagues to duty stations around the world to repair the damage of deployment and return those who serve to the line. University alumni serve as special staff and commanders in deployments almost 3 times more frequently than their peers from other accession sources. Some of our alumni will join as researchers in national and academic laboratories to find better ways to treat and prevent illness and injury, or in academic settings such as including in USU to educate the next generation. The alumni of this university, uniformed and civilian, respond to disasters and humanitarian emergencies around the world. In recent years, they have served to fight COVID at home and Ebola abroad. They've helped with the sequelae of earthquakes and floods, famines, epidemics in the global south, and terrorist activities on 5 continents. When opened, the university was seen as an essential component of an all-volunteer military, a way to provide a career cadre of physicians and other health professionals without resorting to compulsory service. And for almost 3 generations, it has redeemed that promise with an unprecedented rate of graduate career service and long-term leadership. This long-term service retention has opened possibilities of leadership in various clinical specialties, patient safety education, preventative programs, and basic and applied research opportunities in public service. We welcome the class of 2022 to this strong tradition of alumni contributions, and we look forward to the differences that they will make. The President's own United States Marine Band will now play each of the service songs in the form of a service medley. According to university custom and in a show of camaraderie, it is appropriate for all persons to stand as you are able for the duration of the service medley. And please stand together until the band has completed the medley. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking the President's own United States Marine Band for their musical tribute and presence here today. Please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, having received their doctoral degrees, the most recent 160 members of the School of Medicine class of 2022 have turned in their academic robes and now wear their uniforms to take their oath as commissioned officers in their respective services. The Surgeons General or their representative will commission the graduates in their branch of service. It is now my pleasure to welcome Major General Talita Crossland, USU MD class of 1993 and MPH class of 2000, Deputy Surgeon General of the United States Army, to confer the oath of office to the United States Army medical graduates as new captains.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. Will the United States Army medical graduates please stand? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Welcome to the United States Army Medical Corps.
Thank you, General Crossland. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Rear Admiral Rick Friedman, Director of Medical Systems Integration and Combat Survivability of the United States Navy, who will administer the oath to our Navy medical graduates as new lieutenants.
Will Navy Doctor of Medicine graduates please rise? On behalf of the Surgeon General, who says congratulations, you're about to embark on an amazing journey where you're going to provide naval expeditionary health support to the warfighter, and perhaps more importantly, you'll have the honor and privilege of taking care of the most deserving patients in the world, those who wear and have worn the cloth of our nation, and the families that support them. To start us on this journey, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or a purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Welcome to Navy Medicine, shipmates.
Thank you, Admiral Friedman. It is now my pleasure to welcome Lieutenant General Robert Miller, USU Class of 1989, Surgeon General of the United States Air Force, who will administer the oath to the Air Force medical graduates as new captains.
Well, good afternoon and congratulations to the class of 2022. Will the United States Air Force medical graduates please stand? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of office help me God. Do us proud, aim high.
Thank you, General Miller. I now am pleased Rear Admiral Susan Ortega, USU Class of 2001, Advisor to for Health and the U.S. Surgeon General, will administer the oath of office to our Public Health Service graduates as new lieutenants.
So, Dr. Roberts, you saved the best for last. So, on behalf of the Surgeon General Murthy, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome and do the oath of office for the United States Public Health Service graduates. So, please stand. Lieutenant, raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will and faithfully discharge the duties of the office about which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Welcome to the United States Public Health Service, the few, the proud, and the mighty.
Thank you, General Crossland, Admiral Friedman, General Miller, Admiral Ortega, for your participation in today's ceremony. A big thank you to the families and friends of our graduates for the support you have provided. Graduates, please join me in expressing appreciation to your families and friends. And now, graduates, please join me also in thanking our extraordinary faculty and staff for their commitment and many contributions to your education.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our program draws to an end, we wish to express our gratitude to the military personnel and the university civilian staff members who have contributed so much to orchestrate this memorable graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the benediction. We ask that you remain standing until the recession is completed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to close in prayer with me. We once again ask your blessing on today's graduates, O God. Protect them now and forever in mind, body, and spirit. We ask this not only for their sake, but for the sake of us all, who will now depend on their leadership, on their knowledge, and on their care. Amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Uniformed Services University Commencement Ceremony for 2022. Sergeant at Arms, retrieve the mace. President Roberts, please lead the academic recession. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Please travel safely.